Hello. It's me, Terry. Good to have you here. I normally like to start the show a little lighthearted, a little goofy, a little whatever. But I got to tell you, I did a show a couple back. I don't even remember how many back. It was about the way I'm finding this self-help industry to be a lot of frauds. It's more of a business than anything else. They're in it to get laid. They're in it to take people's money. Act like they have some sort of gift that you don't. So it's kind of hit me hard, and I have zero respect, it turns out, for the self-help world. None. I mean, I lost it overnight. It really is strange. I am going through, I mean, it means nothing to you, but I'm hoping that you could actually identify with it in your life. Maybe there's a thing that you held up on a pedestal for a while, people that you admired, and then you learned something different about it, and then it made you re-guess and rethink all of the ideas that you have, all your dreams, all your goals. That's happening to me right now. Zero respect for the self-help industry. I mean, I'm sure there's legit people there, but the people at the top, just stroll around and look. They all hang out with one another. It's like a cult. And for a while there, I wanted to be invited. I kind of thought, well, these are my people. This is the people that I like. With people that are inspiring, people that are out there doing it, that have some answers, that have figured a few things out. And the conversation all the time is just of a positive nature. They treat each other nicer, it seems to me. But I think that's just to get into each other's pants. Strange, man, just strange. Because this isn't that hard. Living a positive lifestyle is not that hard. It's an absolute choice. I chose it. I could have easily decided to do something else, but I chose to have hope in my life. I chose to want to be around positive people, which I have done. I consciously made a decision on my friends, and I still do it to this day, of they're not going to slow me down. They're going to add to my life. I can hopefully add to their life. We got this on, and my friends, all of my friends are like that. I'm very proud to say that. I'm very lucky. I have very few people holding me back, but I also have very few people, if that makes sense to you. These people don't own a patent on a positive lifestyle. And the more I think about this, the more pissed off I'm getting. I'm really getting pissed off. So I made a decision. Last night I was in bed just tossing and turning. In fact, I started the Lex and Terry show. I just came into the studio at about 1 a.m. and just sat here and just looked at things. I was very upset last night. And I don't want to bitch about this type of stuff, but I got to be honest with you guys. Moving forward, I'm trying to figure this out, how this is going to work. I'm never going to give these frauds any type of respect. Giving them some sort of respect means I'm giving them power, giving them my power, giving them my will to help me out of my crisis. How many people online do you see that they are a positive thought coach? What the fuck is a positive thought coach? Just hang out with good people. But that's not a business decision, I don't think. People have given these people power. They've given them some sort of celebrity status they get, and they've got all these undeserved, unearned, magical powers they think, and they walk around thinking they got them. They think they're the shit. So I'm dealing with it, man. It's time that at least I see. I'm not trying to talk you into it. I guess it looks like I am, but I'm just letting you know what's running through my head right here. It is time that I see these people for what they are. Being a good person should not be viewed as an entrepreneurial part of your life. It should just be the way you choose to live. It should be just the way you want to interact with people out in the streets. So, right now, from this very second, I just want to have these good conversations with friends, with people like you. And it's making me rethink a lot of different things. And it's not easy. I'm having a tough time, to tell you the truth. I'm rethinking what I'm doing right here, right this podcast. I'm rethinking what I'm doing and how I'm going about it. I guess you could say I'm getting a chip on my shoulder. It feels like I'm growing a little chip over here. You know, it wasn't there 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I was wide-eyed and bushy-tailed and going, you know what? I could do this. So since I don't have any respect for these people in the world that they're in, a big world that I dreamed that I was going to be a part of, what the hell is this now? What the F is this? What is this that I'm doing right now? Do I keep doing it? It's a fair question. I'm not leaning out to you to go, oh, Terry, please, I will not be able to live without your show and without your constant telling me that everything's going to be okay. Listen, that's not the way things work. I know that you could give a shit. But, you know, I always dreamed of making a living doing this like they are. I didn't just know the living was all algorithm based and all business based. I thought it came from the heart. I thought it came from what they were doing, their content. It has nothing to do with the content. I mean, I'm not going to act like I have all the answers. What could this show offer that other shows can't? That's what I was thinking about last night. You know, I guess it could start with honesty, you know, a little bit of that going on. Not to try to get into anybody's pants, unless you're super hot, then I'll, you know, well, I mean, come on. I'm a man after all. You know, I'd like to hear about your successes and your failures and have a conversation going on right now where we, you know, can help each other out, just like I did with my friends. That's what I'm looking for. But how do you make a living doing that? Instead of these preachy liar people. So I find myself at a crossroads right now. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm finding myself at a crossroads. This is what's so hard for me right now. Have you ever always known where you were headed and what you wanted? If you're one of these goal-oriented people, you've always known that you're going to go to that college. You've always known you were going to marry that person. You've always known you were going to get that job. You always knew you were going to have your own business. You always knew you were going to do it. And then at the last second, you learn that everything is different and weird and you're not sure you want to do it anymore. And you feel like you're a quitter. You know, I always knew that I wanted to have these kind of conversations. I always knew that I wanted to do some sort of a book and a speaking tour and the classes and all the things that these people are doing. I just like being around positive people and learning and sharing. So, you know, but that's not the way their classes go. I mean, it's just a constant upsell. It's a bait and switch. It's smoke and mirrors. Go to here and sign up for this. And then if you do that, I'll do this for another extra fee. And I know you got to make money. But is this a job you should be making a shitload of money on? Is it really? So it's painful. It's confusing. What am I doing? Do I quit? Are all these thoughts just manifested by me as an easy way out? As an easy way for me to say, oh, you heard the last show. If you're wondering why I'm not doing, you know, T11 anymore, go back and listen to the last show. It's somebody else's fault. When really I should just be pulling myself up by my bootstraps and going, you know what? Let's start with nothing. That's what being creative is. You start with nothing. You're sitting at a desk. You sit down. Any of us have done this. You start with absolute nothing. That's what being creative is. And then there's something. That's it. That's it. That's what it's all about. So I don't know what I'm doing right now. I mean, going into this, I had a plan. I felt that I was talented enough. Hell, I've been doing a radio show for forever, for most of my life. So I could do the talking part. I have that. I know instinctively now what it takes people years to learn when you're doing some sort of speaking in a microphone to a bunch of people. I know how to do that. So I figured, all right, I got that. That's part of my plan. I have a knowledge about what I want to talk about. I've had legitimate successes, but everybody's had their successes. That's what it is. Anybody that's had any sort of success in any field feels like they've got all the answers. I've never felt like I had all the answers, but I felt like I could be in a conversation. I felt like maybe my opinion might make somebody think a little bit and hopefully change their life a little bit. I know for me, this industry has saved my life. But it's never been one person. It's never been one guru who I put all my money into, who I go to all their class. I do exactly as they say. When I pick up a book, I usually I'm hoping to get one thing out of there that really I think about for a long time, that touches my heart, that makes me think. And then I decide that at that point, do I want to put this into my life and see if it helps my life out at all? I'm the same when I look at a YouTube video or, the TED Talks or anything like that. I'm the same. Am I going to get anything out of this? I could tell you, I couldn't tell you a lot of the people's names that have given me a lot of hope and a lot of encouragement without them even knowing it. But I wanted to be a part of that. So I feel like I could do that. I felt like, that was part of my plan. I know how to role model people. I had a very clear vision of where this was going. And I started it with the Terry James show Terry James Alive, it's been a constant redoing and redoing. But I'm always going back to it because I love it. I love this type of stuff. I live for this type of stuff. I don't have this type of stuff all the time in my regular life. My friends, like I said, are like it, but I don't talk to them every day. I'm lucky to see them every month or so. I don't talk to Sherry this way. She just thinks I'm kind of nuts. Sherry's a more black and white. I don't know how she does it, but man, there's somebody to role model. She's not negative, but she's not overly positive like I am. She's just kind of right there in the middle, just understanding, getting through life, and powering it. She's the one that should probably be in this business, to tell you the truth, but she has no desire to do it. But she's leading by example. For me, she is. The truth is, when I take myself back, and look at the whole picture from above, I can't compete with these people. I can on a talent level. I can on a content level. I can on a passion for doing this level. In fact, I probably have more passion than they will ever have doing it. I used to go on auditions in Hollywood for things. And I remember one specific audition that I had. I walked in and we were supposed to like wear a leather jacket is all they said. And, they have this thing called sides. You walk in the audition and they've got the sides are just the script, like a script of what you're supposed to, talk about when you go in for the audition. And I walked in, every one of those guys was way better looking than me. They looked like stars. And I walked in and I could see in their eyes, though, they didn't want it as bad as me. And I knew that. I knew that going into the audition. And I don't remember if I got the part or not, probably not, but I felt good about it. And that's all you could do. If you feel good about doing your best, that's all you could do. I mean, you're not in control in a lot of situations of who hires you, obviously. I'm not even sure I'm in control of this because, I really wanted to do this. Like I said, I cannot compete with these people. They are much better business people than I am. They understand all the algorithms. They've got the backing, the money backing to buy a team around them. Get the right publicists, get the right editors, learn how to do this, learn how to do that. When I was single, if I was single, let's put it this way. If I was single right now, as passionate as I am about doing this, and as ready as I think I am to do it, but knowing It's a losing battle. Um, if I was single, this is going to sound bad. I think it'd be a lot easier because I made a lifetime commitment to somebody and I can't spend our life savings on, because we need to retire one day. I cannot spend much of our savings on getting a publicist, getting the right editors, learning how to edit, learning to do this. Most of these people do podcasts. If you don't know, then they send them off to editors. They get edited. Then that person sends it off to a YouTube person. If you have a YouTube aspect, they edit the video. Then they put in these things called thumbnails and make sure that proper thumbnail is going to grab your attention. I mean, there's an art to this stuff. I cannot compete on a technical level. So what do? I don't have the money for the tools. I don't have the money for the team. And even if I did, I kind of do, but I can't. I can't do that when I'm responsible for somebody else. I mean, don't get me wrong. I made a lifetime commitment to my wife, and I would never, ever give anything. There's so much more to that than being able to get on stage and make some money by going, everybody, we're going to do it, rah, rah, rah. Truth is, I just feel like I'm beating a dead horse right now. Even though I've manifested great things in my life, I've got some very real defined ideas of ways that might make other people think, this might work. This might help. Thanks, Terry. But, I'm not young, not super old, but I'm not young. And this is more of a sexy business now. It's sex sells. It's everything else. They got their jets. They got their vacations. They're all screwing one another. They'll bang somebody seriously because they have more followers, and they'll post pictures and, hey, we get followers. And they're just dominating the world. And I can't believe it took me this long to notice it. That's how naive I am when it comes to believing in the good of people. That's how naive I am when it comes to just thinking that people have my best interest in mind. They don't. They always have their own best interest in mind. People want chaos right now in this podcasting and YouTube and stuff. They don't want to see dude in his 60s sitting here and laughing about life and trying to find a positive spin, try to, hang out with positive people. That's not what this industry and this world is. It's not how to make money. They want the chaos, they want the fighting, they want the polarization, they want the drama. That's what brings you back to the next show. Nobody is sharing this show. Nobody goes, oh man, I can't wait for you to hear this. Every once in a while, if I have mentioned a certain subject that touches somebody, or maybe a friend of theirs is going through something and they think that, hey, maybe, you're not alone, that type of thing, they'll share the show. But this isn't one of those shows that makes people inspired enough to share it. It's just not an industry. It's just not fun. It's just not sensational. Nobody's going, I wonder what he's going to talk about on the next show. It's weird because I lose sleep over the excitement of what subjects I'm going to talk about on the next show. I had a whole different thing planned for today. But last night I was tossing and turning and say, you know what? I'm just going to turn on the microphone. I'm going to talk from the heart and see where this goes. Not even sure if I'm going to post this or not. I'm not going to listen back to it because I can tell you right now, this will piss me off on a lot of different levels. It'll piss me off that I sound like a little bitch. It'll piss me off that it will remind me of what I'm up against. I've been losing sleep. Like I said, I'm missing workouts because, of my horrible skills when it comes to technical stuff, it takes me 4 hours to post, record, and all that stuff, a 20-minute podcast. That's without editing. I don't edit this stuff. I'm not going to take out something that doesn't sound weird or you know, that, you know, a lot of people would take that out. I'm not doing that. It takes me forever. And then you add the YouTube aspect to it. What's the proper thumbnail? What is a thumbnail? I had to buy, apps for this shit. I mean, it's just, I'm getting burnt out already. But I love, this is the moments like this is what it's all about. This is the love right here. This is it. What you're seeing right this second. When I hit stop recording, it gets kind of sad. So a lot goes into it. I guess I need some time to think about where I'm headed, where this is headed. Is this worth it? This is not a threat for those of you that like it. Trust me, people. For those of you that have been here and making comments, it's not a lot of you. But God, you're my people. You are my people. But I might be wasting my time. I might be wasting my time here, and I'm never going to stop thinking this way or being around people like this. I still have a dream to be able to make this my living, but I don't need to make millions and millions of dollars like those people are making. I'm at a stage in my life where I just want to supplement my income. When what's it called? Social Security or retirement comes, which is, I don't know, 5-10 years away, maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. When that comes, how can I still have go on a vacation with my wife without penny pinching? And this was my plan. This was a plan that I had. I'm not so sure if this is even a plan anymore. I'm not so sure if this is even a thing anymore. So be patient with me. It doesn't mean I'm stopping or anything like that, but be patient with me while I try to figure this shit out. Yeah. Thanks. Oh, God. Oh, the life of Terrence. No matter what I'm going through, no matter what you're going through, we got this. It's not life and death. Unless, of course, you've been tagged with some sort of thing, and then you're somebody who really needs this. You're somebody who needs people. And my thoughts are with you. But is this whole thing here, is this going to ruin my life? Am I going to let it ruin my life? No. You guys have a great day. See ya.